Hi, everybody. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, good morrow, whatever. It is I, the infamous Kiki. Sorry, live from the car. Live from the car, kids. Because, I got to go to work. I got to go to work, y'all. Like, I got to go to work. So I decided to come on here and do this video and do this live. And I know most of y'all are going to watch it later on anyway. But it's lunchtime, so it's time for a lunchtime live, I guess. This is my channel. I cover all kind of topics. I talk about life after lockup. Sometimes talk about 90 day, but I haven't talked about it recently. But I'm just trying to get back on my grind. I have an extensive playlist. The next video I'm probably gonna do is being an ex-JW because I am an ex-Jehovah's Witness. But I'm an ex-Jehovah's Witness. Besides that, I'm an artist. I've been in the Wall Street Journal. I'm an award-winning artist, by the way. I've been in the Wall Street Journal, all kinds of publications. I've been on podcasts all over these interwebs, different people YouTube channels. So welcome to my channel. And like I said, I just talk about sometimes pop culture things, sometimes things in the news, and then also life after lockup. I usually watch the episodes live, but I haven't had a chance lately just because during the holiday season I'm super, super duper busy. But I did watch this episode and so we're going to talk about it. We're going to go through the couples and we're just going to talk about it. Okay. So, um, this episode, as you can tell by the description, there's another episode. This episode every Friday. If you have not watched Life After Lockup or Love During Lockup or any of these shows, these shows are basically about people who get with prison inmates, and most of them will start talking to them in jail. And so when they get out, of course, they form a relationship, and then when they get out, that person comes 9 times out of 10 to come live with them and their families. And it's a reality show. Some of it is a bit set up and scripted, but these are real people, real couples, and this reality show follows the drama that may ensue. So we're going to talk about this episode, this couple. And so far, the season has not been good, but this episode was actually really good. First of all, Lindsey and Blaine. I don't talk about Lindsey and Blaine. Now, I may give y'all some spoilers. So if you don't follow these people online or you don't want to be spoiled or haven't seen the episode, then I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna give y'all some of the tea behind the scenes. I don't follow any of these people on social media. I'm not really on social media, but I don't follow these people. I do get gossip information. I do watch certain channels, like According to Amber. If you have not subscribed to her, subscribe to her. Gio Malik. If you haven't subscribed to my boy Gio, subscribe to him because that's where I get all my tea from. So so we're gonna talk about Lindsey and Blaine. There's no need to talk about them. Spoiler alert: they're not even together anymore, and I just feel bad for their kids, especially Lindsay's daughter. She's a teenager, so she. But I'm not even gonna talk about them because to me, a lot of it is just made up. It's just I was over Lindsay like last season. I was over Lindsay. Like I didn't watch her first season, but with her and Deontay, I was over that. Like I barely even talked about them. So moving right along. Um, then we're gonna talk about Quaylon and Shavel, and during Shavel, I say Shovel. Anyway, the reason why I started watching Life After Lockup is the season that they were on it, because there's somebody named Alexander Rogers that did recaps of the show, and I'm like, what show is this? And that's how I found out about the show because I don't watch a reality TV. Period. There's only a few things I watch. Even 90 Day Fiance, I don't watch it. I just watch the recap. Quaylon and Shovel, spoiler alert. I don't know if they got married, and I don't think they got married, but he got found recently with another girl in a hotel room. So I hope they're not together. Um, but Chevelle wanted Quaylon to adopt her kid. I don't look. I don't. I talked about in the last episode I recapped. That was just dumb. But then her daughter basically came to her and was saying that she didn't really. She was voicing some trepidation. The daughter was kind of saying she was saying a lot. The daughter was saying something. Like the daughter has either seen some things or heard some things. Something has gone on in that house that we don't know about, like behind the scenes. because the daughter just kind of seemed like she didn't want Quaylon to adopt her. The daughter was just kind of like, no, I'm not. And so Shavel, a good parent, actually like was like, okay, maybe we need to put this on hold. And then Quaylon got kind of a little touched, but that's her child, and she did. Shavel gets the gold star because she did the right damn thing by listening to your child. To any parent, listen to your child. When your child's telling you they don't like somebody, or something's happening, especially if they're real young, sometimes it's hard for them to put it, articulate and put it into words, or they don't really know. But the kid will let you know without coming out and saying it. They'll let you know their behavior, backhand comments. I mean, I got kids so who are young, and so I understand like the things that kids, the things that kids say, they speak wisdom and they speak truth. But she did the right thing. Melissa and Louie, that's another couple I don't give a shit about. I don't care about Melissa or Louie. I'm sorry, y'all. I just don't give a shit about them. I just they do nothing for me. Like I'm just like it's just made up stuff. Like so, move on. Um, the next people we're gonna talk about is Justine and Michael. What can I say about Justine and Michael? So they invited the family to hang out with them, and they're having like a little dinner or whatever. And his family's there, Justine's family's there, the kids, all the kids are there, and then they drop a bomb on everybody, talking about they moving to Las Vegas and like, oh, okay, we like leaving today. Bye, chunk the deuce. We out. We out. And I was like, oh, so this how they could have handled this a better way. And then when asking Michael, did he even tell the baby mamas? Did he even tell his kids' mothers that he was leaving to Las Vegas? He said no. I hope to God that this is just for the cameras, and I hope that wasn't true. But if it is true, because the baby mamas, they have never came out and said anything. But if it is true, I was just sitting there like this. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And the baby mamas are gonna have to deal with the fallout because of this. Like they're gonna have to like deal with their kids going, "Oh my God, our dad just left." Like I didn't know what to say. Then Justine was like hanging her head and that she was upset, and then Justine saying, "Well, he really deserves this. He really deserves this." I think she said something to that effect. He deserves it. Girl, what? He a grown ass man who went to prison. He deserves what? Like what? To go out and have a rap career at 36, 38 years old? And then why would you move to Las Vegas if you're trying to have a rap? I don't get it. You wouldn't move to Atlanta or Houston or in New York. Or even New York would have been a bit better than, would have been closer to his kids. I think they're in Rhode Island. That would have been better than going to Vegas. Like Vegas, out of all Vegas is not known so far that I know of like the singer rapper entertainment capital. Like in Vegas, child, I don't know. I mean, when it comes to Justine and Michael, people were getting upset online. Then they came back online, and I guess they was trying to clap back at the haters or the critics or whatever. Because how Michael did his kids was pretty dirty, and the daughter was up there, the oldest one, she was up there crying, and the other kids was upset, and you can tell that wasn't for the cameras, that was real. And I just like I could get mad or get upset, but I can't really because my thoughts is this way, you know, um, I'm a parent, but I'm when I became a parent, I was in my 30s. And so I was older and mature. Just Justine and Michael just seems very immature and selfish. I know there's parents out there a lot. They ain't the only ones that have moved away for their dreams. So it's not like they've done something that's terribly unusual or crazy. I mean, I'm not saying him wanting to be a struggle rapper is crazy, but there are people who moved away for their education career and they have children and they take their kids with them. But sometimes they have to move away from their kids. But a lot of people do it as survival and necessity, not because they're chasing some dream. You know, God knows I'm an artist and I love my artwork and you know, especially when my mother was alive, I could leave my kids with her and I could fly all over the world if I really wanted to. But in my mind, in my heart and my spirit, like, you know, I'm a parent first. Regardless of what dreams I want to follow, I'm a parent first. To me, being a parent is the most important job that I have. To me, being a parent, it is one of my passions. I love being a parent. I don't consider my kids there or a nuisance or a burden. And I'm not saying Justine and Michael, I'm sure they love their children. I know Michael loves his kids. You can tell he do. I can tell that Justine loves her children and she loves Michael and Michael loves Justine. I don't have any doubt of that. It's just I can't really say nothing to him because either your mindset is there or it's not. It's not. I mean, there's nothing I can say because you know how you talk to some people and for everybody else it's logical, but for them they just don't get it. They just don't understand what you're trying to say to them. That's how I feel about that's how I feel about Michael and Justine. That it's one of these situations where they're just gonna have to learn the hard way. There's nothing I can really. I'm not gonna drag them or anything because it's their kids, and they're gonna have to live with that for the rest of their lives. And so if he goes off, I mean, being in the music industry is very tough. So even if he does make, and then being in the entertainment industry is a rat race. Like it really is. It's about chasing the next, it's about getting momentum. It's about chasing the next, single, chasing the next thing. You're always in the rap industry, especially when you're starting out. Well, I'm not saying he's just starting out, but you're trying to build momentum. It takes a lot of work in the rap industry and the entertainment industry, period, is a young person's game. It's that you should be doing that at the time of your life when you're in your 20s, when you're young, you're energetic, you don't really have a lot of kids, you can go out and go tour and do all this stuff. You don't have like 18 kids at the house and a mortgage and all this stuff. Music industry, entertainment industry, period, whether it be acting, singing, dancing, sports, it's a young person's game. It's great to hit the ground running and build, and it takes time to build on your career. The older you get, you're in your 30s, the momentum you have to do and the stamina, and you have responsibilities, you have kids to feed, insurance, you got a baby on the way. All of these things are not the ideal, and it's tough. I mean, unless you already have a lot of money or you already have a job. I mean, I agree with Gio said, if you listen to Gio's channel, that he should be trying to get a job, then work on your rapping and music on the side. But you get a job first. You get some insurance for your children. That's another thing people ain't bringing up. Insurance. You need health insurance for your kids. Like that's very important. Like if they get sick or something, I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they got government, Medicare, Medicaid, whatever it's called. But to me, I don't know. To me, like I said, it's a thing that if you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. Um, but my kids come first before my dreams, before anything. And I would have no regrets on this earth. I would go to sleep at night, or I would lie in my bed with no regrets, knowing that I put my kids first. Like I tell people all the time, nobody is sitting on their deathbed at 40, 50, however old you are when you pass off this earth, or God forbid something happens to you suddenly. But nobody is sitting on their deathbed saying, God, I wish I went to work more. I mean, is he really, if something happened to Montana Mills, Michael, is something happened to him and he gets sick or he get paralyzed or something? Because, life is not promised to you. Life in your health is never promised to you. It's not. You can get sick tomorrow. You can get debilitated tomorrow where he can't tour, he can't. That could happen to any of us. It could happen to me, you, anybody else. I've experienced it. You can go from an able-bodied person to unable body real quick, depending on what circumstance it hits you. And the first thing people think about is their family and their kids. No one's like, oh, I really should have been a rapper and been on tour. You think like I need to go spend time with my mama, my sister, my family, my wife, my kids. When mortality hits you, the first thing you think about is your family and yourself and your kids. No one's thinking about their rap career. No one's thinking about their art career. I mean, I'm not saying no one, but most people aren't. That's just no one sitting on their deathbed saying that they wish they went to the office more and worked more. People are like, I wish I spent time with my wife. I wish I spent time with my husband and my kids. So I can't say anything to Justine and Michael because There's nothing for me. Like I said, either you understand or you don't. And as a child who was not raised by her parents, who parents for various reasons could not raise her, um, it comes back. Everything comes back. Like everything comes full circle in one way or another, whether good or whether bad. That's all I can say. But I just you have to face your kids. You have to look your kids in the eye one day. I mean, every day. But one day your kids are just going to be a reckoning, and your kids are going to come to you and be like, okay, so why did you move? Okay, so what happened? Okay, and so what? And they're gonna want explanations, answers, or they're gonna form these answers in their own head. And then next thing you know, when your kids get grown and they at the house and they living their life, they're not gonna call you. They're not gonna talk to you. I mean, I'm not saying this is gonna happen to them, but I'm just saying I've seen it happen over and over and over again, where parents that put their dreams and their hopes and their aspirations first because they had kids at an early age. And that to me, that's not good parenting. That's just not. I mean, y'all get mad, but to me, that's just not. You put your kids first. And I tell people, you put your children first, you can never go wrong. It doesn't matter whether it's a relationship, career, it doesn't matter, you know. But again, people don't see it that way. It's just, it's a mind, it's something that you cannot teach. Either you have it or you don't. When I was young, I made a decision that if I ever had children, that they would come first. That no matter what, that I would be so delighted in, and I feel like righting the wrongs of my upbringing. That for me, being a parent is the best thing ever. I don't want my kids to be grown and I didn't fucked off their life, and then here they are in therapy, or here they are repeating the same mistakes that I've done in a relationship, because I know damn well I didn't do the right thing by them. So I want my kids to have a better sense of self and a better sense of having relationships than what I did, because I wasn't given these tools. But now since I know, but you know better, you do better, you be better. And so I want my kids always to be better. It's their time. My time has ended. I'm old. So I said, Meek Mills, yeah, you can still pursue your dream while working. But then on the other hand, you old. I mean, like age hits us all. And so, and then the odds of making it in the entertainment industry like he want to make it is low, because again, he was a rapper before, and if he was making it and had all this money, he wouldn't have been out there dealing dope. He wouldn't have been out there slanging on the corner, and if he got caught up with the feds. So I'm like, if he was so successful in rapping and all that other shit, why are you out there selling drugs with your baby, one of your baby mamas and your sister and some friends? Why? It wouldn't be necessary if he was making good money and out there doing and making all these hits and doing, because the music industry is a grind. It is a grind. I know people in the music industry. It is a grind, and it's a hustle. And people think you making all this money and you're not making all. Then people think these rappers make all this money, and it's just smoke and mirror. It's just smoke and mirrors. It's all flash and bang and no substance behind it. These rappers are not making all this money. They may do a music video and they may be on the Instagram and stunting, and they're not making out. They're not making out. Most rappers are not making all that money. Most of them spend more money in the studios and get their music produced than they really making. So in order to be successful, make a living, you really have, it's something that you have to have start when you're younger than be grinding it out. Because again, if he was all that successful, making all that money, he sure in the hell wouldn't be out there slanging dope. So just saying. But then nothing I can say to them. I mean, they're really not, they can't, nothing that people could say. People don't even waste your time on the internet trying to get at them on Instagram and Facebook, because they just, their maturity and their mindset wasn't there. And I've been there. You know what I'm saying? They mindset is hood. They have a hood mentality, and they have to work, they have to find their way through that if they ever do. But they have to find and make peace with that, with their children. And so I wish their children the best luck. I wish not them, their children the best luck. Because the children are innocent and they don't deserve to be put on national TV and be embarrassed like that. Like that's I wouldn't put my kids, if one day Miss Kiki get on a reality show, my kids are not gonna be on a reality show. My kids, they face gonna be blurred. You'll never see them. I'm not embarrassing my children like that. I just wouldn't. Like I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't. Mm-mm. I wouldn't do my kids like that. I wouldn't have them go to school like that, and people be like, "Oh yeah," I wouldn't do that. So I mean, it's a sad situation, but okay. So anyway, we go on to Chance and Taylor. Taylor and Chance. Lord have mercy. So Chance owed this dude money, and last week he was hemmed up like a biatch in the corner, talking about, "Yo, man, I'll give you your money." Yeah, yeah. He was like this hemmed up in the corner. That dude was all up in his face, like, "Man, you gonna give me this money? You give me here, Chance over here." He up there held up, scared. He was held up like a bitch in the corner. Boy, he was like, "Please, daddy, just give me some more time, daddy." No, daddy, don't hit me no more, daddy. Like he was over there hemmed up like a prostitute, like in a John. Like he was hemmed up like a pimp had one of his girls hemmed up. Like he was, "I'm gonna get you the money, daddy. I'm gonna get you the money, daddy." Like it was terrible. And so Chance is just scandalous. I told y'all from the long time ago on their first season, I did not like Chance. I told y'all I did not like Chance. I told y'all I didn't F with Chance. I told y'all before, I'm gonna say it before and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna say what I say with my whole damn chest. I told you, my ex, when we would watch this show together, he would see Chance and he'd be like, he got Aryan Nation tattoos. So once and my ex would know, my ex is white, and my ex been in prison, and so my ex was like, "I know them tattoos. They'll look like Aryan Nation tattoos. That look like white. That look like Aryan Brotherhood tattoos." So once I saw that, and the shit that Chance be saying online is Aryan Nation white brotherhood shit. I said what I said. What I said. Okay, don't come for me because I know it. And then I'm surprised nobody's brought. And I brought this up on Gio's show, and I'm like, I know what I know. I every time they put these shows on, I be looking at people's tattoos, especially these dudes. What kind of tattoos they got? I be peeping game real hard because I want to see like which one of you MFers. What gang did y'all come from? What sect did you come from? What hood did you come from? And are you Aryan Nation, Aryan Brotherhood, whatever they want to call it? Yeah, I be peeping game on that shit. So when I saw Chance with them tattoos, I was like, this puto here. So I was like, no, I can't fuck with that. All the shit that Chance tried to, and the smirk he would do, and the smirk he would do, man, I'd be like, I didn't really go in. I said nothing, but I was like, watch. I said this motherfucker probably gonna come back and he gonna be gay or some shit. I said y'all don't even know. And then my ex was like, he looked like the type. My ex would say that all the time. Man, that punk ass, he looked like the type. That's what my ex would say. He's like all those fucking Aryan tattoos and whatever. Da, da, da. He's like, oh, he's full of shit. Even my ex, who's full of shit, knew Chance was full of shit. So I told y'all that they first season. I said, I don't like this person. People like, why, Kiki? I don't like. I said, I'm telling you, I don't like him. I said, he's full of shit. And I said, I said, this ass probably was in jail doing something strange for a piece of change and some ramen noodles. Y'all thought y'all laughed it off and y'all was, oh, Kiki, you so funny. Da, 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 da. And then there's rumors that started to be on the internet about Chance. Well, on the episode, it turned out that Taylor took Chance's phone and she found a bunch of text messages, and it was from a man. And it was kind of text messages you don't send your friend like, hey, let's go hang out at the pool hall. No, it was like, some kind of like power bottom. If you don't know what that is, look it up. It was kind of like them kind of text messages. So I guess Chance is the top and he the bottom. And then Chance made a joke online not too long ago, by the way, about being about being him being a top and not a bottom. And so apparently the text messages was like in romantic and sort of a flirty and sort of a maybe a sexual nature. And it was one of Chance's friends. And the dude that sent the text message, Taylor, was saying that he was like the neighborhood hoe. Like apparently this dude didn't been with men and women, that he was the neighborhood hoe. Like everybody knew this dude on the block, and this dude was you know eating peaches and bananas. That's all I gotta say. So apparently this dude was known by everybody as like the neighborhood gay hoe or bi hoe. So yeah, and then so Chance like apparently dropped the phone in the toilet or put the phone in the toilet or whatever. And you know, and then Taylor made him leave and they got into it. And Taylor still didn't hold her ground and everything. So that's where we ended. They was fussing and fighting, and she told the producers, she was sitting there with the producers. I didn't like the fact that Taylor was saying what she was saying with her kids there. There are a lot of channels that go in. Not a lot of channels, but there are a few channels that go in on Taylor. Like Auntie's Advice goes in on Taylor. I'm not saying Taylor is not toxic because again, I don't follow these people offline. So people are saying things online that Taylor did this and she posted this. I don't see that. I hear about it, but I'm not subscribed to these people online. I know Taylor's posted things and I know she's posted things and her family has posted things, but I would say probably because she's hurt and she's embarrassed. So he took off after all this has happened recently off the show. He has left her for like some 24-year-old chick that apparently was a fan of the show that he met on Reddit. I don't know. He said he met her at Walmart, whatever. Um, Taylor's accused Chance of cheating. And so it's evident. I told y'all Chance was cheating before this. Whether he was cheating with a male or female, I don't know. Since last season he was cheating. But people were going in on Taylor because they was like, well, she accepted it. And I do agree about the stuff of letting a man up in your house and letting this person move in. But then again, we watched this show, y'all. How many times we didn't see these women let Moody's men or women in their homes, and you're like, they have young kids, and Taylor already had 3 girls, and she had a baby by chance. And so now she got an infant and 3 girls. And so, but we see it all the time. So it's not like anything Taylor did was anything different. So I'm not going to drag her for that. I mean, I am going to drag her, but I'm not going to drag her because it happens in real life too. There's people that met people out at the club and they've been dating for 2 months. And next thing you know, the motherfuckers been moved in the house and they eating up all their fruit snacks and sleeping on their couch and taking care of their kids. And you're like, do you even know this man? So it happens. So I'm not going to act like Taylor has done something unusual because we see this shit on Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup all the time. So I can't really, I'm not going to go in too hard on her about that. But I disagree fervently about moving anybody in with your kids, whether they be a romantic relationship, a friend, college friend. You don't know that person. I'm not moving nobody in my house, especially no dude, with my kids. So I have to say I criticize her highly. Now the house, people talking about Taylor's house is nasty. Yeah, it's nasty. I couldn't live in a house. She just let Chance just ruin the house, and the house is nasty. And the kids be all over the place. They be jumping. They seem a little bit feral. Like I hate to be talking about people's kids, but they seem a little bit wild. They seem like I'm like, girl, are you not? Are you paying attention to your kids? Or are you too busy running behind this man? It just seemed like she too busy running behind this man, and it just But then again, before when she first met Chance, the kids was like all over the place, and so I think that's just maybe her parenting style. I don't necessarily agree with. I don't agree with a nasty house because I'm a clean freak, and so I don't agree with that either. So but I'm not gonna drag her. But to blame Taylor, I disagree. To sit up here and be like, well, it's half of her fault for being with this man. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. Like I can't do that. As a woman, I can't do that. Like I know that sounds fucked up, but I can't do that. Like I can drag like if you a horrible person and you seem like you just a terrible person, like just I mean terrible. When I mean you do bad things, like that one chick that was on Life After Lockup. What's her name? Letitia. She was scamming people, and she in bankruptcy court, and all the stuff that's going on. If you out here scamming people and stealing from people and cheating on people and hurting people, I no, I can't. But Taylor didn't do all that. Is Taylor misguided? Yes. Things probably happen in a relationship we don't know behind closed doors. Of course, we not in their lives. Am I gonna sit up here and drag Taylor like she trash? I'm not. I'm sorry, y'all. I just can't. I can't. There's several reasons why I can't. Can't Taylor lost the father of her one the father of, I think 2 of her kids. He died, and so my husband died. So I'm not saying the situation is the same, but I understand what it means to lose somebody who's the father of your children and they die. It's a horrible situation that unless you've been in that situation, You don't know how mentally that could F you up, and how it warps your sense of being. Is Taylor probably gonna take chance back after this episode? We'll see the episode come on tonight. We'll see. She probably will. But again, I'm not. I can't. I can't, because again, I can't be a hypocrite because I've been there. I cannot sit up here and drag this woman, because yes, I did wise up. No, I didn't. I didn't do a life after lockup and invite. My ex didn't live with me. I didn't meet him on jail. Meet him in jail. It wasn't a life after lockup situation. However, your girl let this man get away with shit that I shouldn't have got away with. Not all the stuff that Chance was doing, but I understand. Like I said, to me, I guess I feel a sort of kinship with Taylor, that I can't drag her, because it'd be like really like dragging myself. I'm going to be completely honest. Like, I can't, because you can be smart. I'm not saying Taylor is the smartest tool in the shed. She seems a little bit, when it comes to the kids, I draw the line because my kids went around my ex, but I can't bring the drag Taylor like it's her fault for being with this man, because again, this man, he didn't, put his hands on her, nothing like that. But I tell people, trauma and abuse don't mean somebody whooping your ass and putting their hands on you. You can be traumatized and manipulated without somebody just physically fighting you. Living with Chance, I couldn't imagine like the up and down, you people can attest out there. There are people you be with that have you so fucked up in the head. I'm telling y'all that you up is down and down is up. Up and down is up. I'm telling you, there are people out there that you will be with that will have you step out your character, because this person has convinced you that what is down is up, what is black is white, what is green is what's purple. And again, people do a lot of strange shit for what? For love, for money and love. For money and love, people do a lot of strange shit. So again, I can't drag Taylor because she loves this man. She wants to be with this man and believe in this man. She wants to, didn't she have a kid by him? So that's another trap. I understand Taylor has a choice to be able to whoever she want to be with, but I really felt like she was trapped in something. I feel like she was trapped. Like, between your own mind, your own heart, and you wanting something so bad, and to be with somebody so bad, you loving somebody and putting like somebody on a pedestal, even though got to the point where they didn't trust each other and all this kind of stuff. But I don't believe anything Chance say about Taylor cheating. He tried to pull that. I don't believe any of that. I don't. I believe that he cheated on Taylor probably almost since he got out of jail, because there was that first season where Taylor had some kind of rash or something, and I think Chance either got it in jail or he was messing around on her then. But I'm not going to you're not going to hear me up here stone cold drag dog Taylor out. Like I said, I love Auntie's advice, but I don't agree with her on that. I can't fuck with that, because I'm like, we've all played the fool, and some of us, it takes us weeks or months to get out of it. Some people take years to get out of it. Some people have friends and family and support and have people telling you, because we don't know what the reason is Taylor want to hold on to, but to call Taylor trash and everything like that, I'm not gonna do that, woman, because she got a nasty house and she moved this man in. So was a lot of people in life after lockup. How many times we didn't see people in life after lockup have a nasty house? How many times we didn't see life after lockup? And I ain't been watching since the first season. I've only watched like the past 3 seasons. But how many times these people that move these people in with their kids? 90 Day, life after lockup. How many times have we seen that? We've seen this. So Taylor ain't doing nothing that nobody else has been doing. So I'm not finna drag her for doing what other. Then I gotta drag I've dragged everybody else for bringing these people in with their kids. I say, y'all know how I feel about that. But I'm not gonna extra specially drag her, because of that. And people like, well, Taylor should know better. Look, people say the same shit about me. Well, Kiki, you smart, you attractive, you should know better. Love make you do some fucked up things, y'all. I'm telling you. Love will have you coming out your character. I am telling you. I am testifying today that I am not gonna drag Taylor. because I've been there. Taylor, if you watching, girl, I got you. I understand. I understand what affects that when your children's father died, it messes you up in the head. When my husband died, I thought I would never find anybody. I had been with this person for 8 years. We were married, and I lost my husband. And I was young, and he was young. And the first thing that hit my mind was like, what am I gonna do now? I'm used to having this person. We didn't break up. We didn't get a divorce. It's not like, I could take the kids and go, my kids can go visit him. He gone. He dead. Dead. For me, I'm a single mother. I don't have a baby daddy out there somewhere to pay child support or see on holidays or weekends, or even the knowledge that you have a father out there can be comforting to some people and some kids. Even though I wasn't raised with my dad, I understood that I had a daddy somewhere. I understood that I had parents out there. But the idea of living as a child and as a person, knowing that I have one fucking parent, the other one is gone and he ain't coming back. There's no holidays. There's no Christmas cards. They dead. That is a hard thing to go through as an adult, and it's a hard thing to go through when your kids don't have their other parent. So again, my heart and my mind was like, I am not going to find anybody else. I honestly thought that because you're grieving the loss. I not only grieved the loss of my husband, but I grieved the loss for my children and I grieved the loss of my life. I lost my life when my husband died. We had all these plans. Like life was going to be like this, and we're gonna die together, and we're gonna retire, and we're gonna work, and we're gonna raise the kids, and that my whole life was set up. So when my husband started to get sick and he died, all of that, you was like, okay, what do I do now? I had a whole future. I married my best friend. Okay, what do I do now? Like it took me a long time. It took me like 2 years to really put to where I could talk about it. I couldn't even talk about my marriage because I was so emotionally hurt over it. Like I was so hurt. I felt so cheated and angry. And even to this day, y'all, it's been 10 years since my husband passed. And I still feel angry. I still feel like I was cheated out of something. So Taylor lost the father of her kids. So I can imagine the feelings of hurt and guilt and shame. And you're like, okay, what do I do now? Because for me, family, my little unit of family that I had was everything to me. I don't have extended family. I don't have brothers and sisters that I talk to. I don't have a lot of family down here in Texas. It was literally just me and my husband and his family and our friends, mostly his friends. And so when my husband died, it's like I lost not only my husband and but I lost my best friend, and I lost connection to his friends. I haven't talked to his friends, his coworkers. We used to go out with him. I had a whole social life. When my husband died, all that died with him. Because people go away when you grieve, and then he was my connection to my husband was much more sociable than I was. I'm very introverted and shy and kind of like I don't really like people. My husband was much more outgoing and dynamic, and he had the friends and he had the family here, and I didn't have none of that. So it's like my social circle went away too as well. So I don't know if that was for Taylor. I'm just speaking for myself, but I couldn't imagine like the hurt and the trauma in that, and then I had to go to grief counseling. But Taylor, I'm assuming that she probably didn't go to any kind of grief counseling or anything like that. But that's one dynamic that I'm just like, I can imagine being. And then Taylor's younger than me. Like I'm in my 30s, I have my agency. And Taylor is younger than me. She's a bit younger. And then like the way she acts and the things with her sister and her sister's addiction, um, I'm sure that's part of it too. But and then having kids and being a single mother, it's tough. And so I'm not trying to excuse her bad behavior, what she did, because like I said, I don't agree with a lot of stuff. But I'm not gonna be like Auntie. I'm not gonna drag her. I'm not feeling like Taylor's trash and she need to be dragged. Because if I have to drag her, then I have to drag everybody on the show just as bad. And some people I drag a little bit more than others. Just depends on their behavior. But I've never seen Taylor really do anything horrible or mean to Chance. I've never seen her come out of pocket and act, like, and do something diabolical or something dirty. Like I said, we don't see behind closed doors. So I'm gonna defend Taylor all day. Like I'll defend her in certain ways because I feel like no woman deserves to be cheated on. Just like on 90 Day, they was trying to drag Debbie. They're trying to talk bad about Debbie. I don't give a damn. People like Debbie, like her son. I don't give a fuck what people thought about Debbie. Oh, she's faking it. She's an act. Debbie did not deserve to be treated like that. If y'all watch 90 Day, Debbie did not deserve to be treated like that. And I stand headfast to that. If you want to be in a relationship and things don't work up and y'all break up and Chance wanted to go be with somebody else, another man or a woman or both, he could have did that. But I don't believe that anybody deserves to have a hand thrown on them. God knows I hated Gabby. Y'all know I did that video about Gabby on Love After Lock, how much I hated Gabby. But did she deserve to have her hands put on by Chris? No, Gabby did not. Don't nobody deserve to have their hands put on them, and don't nobody deserve to be cheated on if they ain't cheated. So Taylor, she don't deserve to be cheated on, whether it be a man. If Chance wants to be with a man, that's fine. I don't have any issue. If he want to be with another woman, that's fine. If he want to go and be with both, they could have a triad. They could be poly. Chad could be poly and bi. That's fine. I'm sexually free and sexually open. But don't cheat. I've been cheated on. So I know how I feel. I've been cheated on. Like badly too. Well, like it hurt me. Like really, really hurt me. It threw me back in grief. When you lose a spouse and your relationship ends or somebody do you dirty, like that really puts you back in a unhealthy, can put you back in an unhealthy mind state. You have to pick up your life all over again. But to have somebody embarrass you on national TV and cheat on you, baby, that's too. I can't be mad at Taylor for that. I just can't. I can't be mad. I can't be like, well, it's her fault. It's mostly her fault for putting up with a man's bullshit. What? So it's the women's fault that we nah. Should Taylor have left him? Yes. Should Taylor have known better? Yes. But I'm not gonna sit up here and be like, well, it's all her fault and blah 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 blah. Like that I will not do. Taylor didn't deserve to be cheated on. She didn't deserve to be lied to. Then there was some things that Chance saying that she was seeing her ex-boyfriend and saying she was going to her mama's house, and I don't believe none of that until I get some evidence because I don't believe anything Chance say. I think he's a pathological liar. And so I think Chance's day one didn't Taylor, I said it before, Taylor didn't even look like the type of chick he would fuck with. And I told y'all that. I said, Taylor don't look like the type of girl he would be with. And y'all were like, what? I said, no. I said, she don't look like the type of chick that Chance would be with. I didn't say that about several couples on here. Because you can look at somebody and be like, yeah, I see these people together. And you be like, nah, that don't seem. And you can hear how a person talk and what kind of lifestyle they used to lead. Taylor was too boring for Chance. He wasn't her type. She wasn't his type. And Chance didn't want that life. That's another thing. He didn't want that life. He got online talking about I was raising her kids. Yeah, her kids. But you knew this woman had kids and you moved in with her. So you knew what kind of role you was gonna be taking when you moved in the household to be the man of the house or whatever. No, Chance didn't want to keep a job. He wanted to live. He wanted to be about the go life. They living out of a car. Him and his new girlfriend, they living out of a hotel or whatever, whichever one it is. They living with friends. They borrowing money. They neglecting animals. I won't even get into the animal abuse and the animal neglect. I won't even get into that because that made me sick to my fucking stomach when I read that. I heard about that. I couldn't even watch the damn video. I don't want to hear about them neglecting a dog and two bunnies. I don't want to hear that shit. That upset me because I love animals. That shit upset me. You can't take care of an animal. Don't get one. Fuck out of here. Like, that pissed me off. I'm like, it's bad enough. Like, I wouldn't even leave Chance with my child. I would tell him, see me in court, MFer. Like, see me in court. And then Chance with the hit and run accident, and he's probably going to end up going back to jail, but he just bonded out. But, I just, that's too much for me. It's just too much. And like I said, Chance was about to go life from day one. There's some people that come out of jail and they really try hard and they really want to reform. And then there's some people that come out of jail and they try, but deep down inside they miss the lifestyle that they had. Or they used to, there's some rumors allegedly, this not my opinion, thinking that Chance is back on drugs. And it could be, this stuff that he's doing definitely seems like, kind of addict behavior. But I don't know. I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know. I'm not an expert on none of that. I don't even eat sugar and carbs, so I don't even know. I'm like, I don't eat sugar bits. I don't know. But it could be. But I want Taylor to find happiness and get her life together, focus on her kids, fix that nasty ass house she's sitting up in, scrub that damn toilet. Like, I want her to get focus on getting her life together and raising her children. And like I said, I've done it, girl. I have done it, girl. Like, you know, when I broke up with my ex, I'm like, I can sleep well at night knowing I ain't got to worry about, is he gonna call me? Where is he at? What is he doing? What did he do? Like, I don't have to worry about none of that. I don't have to worry about none of that. I sleep easy at night knowing that I'm not being cheated on. I'm not being lied to. I sleep easy at night knowing that this toxic relationship, this man is gone. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, oh my God, am I gonna see him tomorrow? What's gonna happen? Is he gonna be upset? I don't do none of that. And so I'm glad Taylor and Chance broke up. And I hope she don't go back. And most likely Chance gonna go to jail. But I just want Taylor to be. I wish good things for her. I'm not gonna, like I said, I'm not gonna wish evil on her, especially good things for her children because they the real victims. The kids are the real victims. That's what matters. And I can't see myself as a mother getting online and talking to a motherfucking ex-con and picking up some dude from jail, spending all this money and sending them money and I can't. I don't understand these people. I don't understand these men and women who do that. Like, I will be alone for the rest of my life without that. I'm good. I'll be alone. I'll be alone. Your girl Kiki will be alone. Your girl will be sitting here by herself, solo dolo, and doing her own thing. I'll be like, the whole life is the go life, because before I want to be bring an ex-con in my house, like, no, like that's just around my kids. That person's not a good example. Chance is not a good example for her children and his son. Like, that's not, he has to work on him and get his life together. But like I said, I don't know. Some people just, they never learn. And like I said, I come at this show from a 360. Number one, I'm a child of addicts in ex-con. My daddy was in and out of jail all my life. My daddy was not in my life. My mom was not in my life. My dad was in and out of jail his whole life. When I say his whole life until he died. My dad died in 2021. He was in and out of jail since he was 16, 17 years old, since I was born, when he was 17. And I have family members on my dad's side that's their ex-cons. Like, they've been in and out of jail. My brothers have been in and out. My half brothers have been in and out of jail all their lives. I'm the only person that has not been in jail or a drug addict. Um, Never done drugs, never smoked, barely drank, did not. But I was raised by my grandmother. I was taken away from my father's side of the family. So I understand from that end. I understand from the end of dating somebody who has been in prison. I've dated several dudes that have been in prison before. I didn't find them while they was in jail, but I knew them before they went to jail or after they went to jail. So I know about ex-cons. My brothers have been in and out of the system, so I know about the system that way as well. I know what it feels like to be a girl to be cheated on and being lied to. I've had my ups and downs of relationships just as everybody else. I know what it feels like to be married and have a wonderful husband and have kids and have a family and how hard it is. I know what it feels like to be a single mother after my husband died. So I come with lots of wisdom and experience um, when it comes to this show. So it's not like I'm just speaking out the side of my neck. Like, I know the deal. I'm raised on the streets. I used to be a gang member. I used to be in a gang. Hi, my name's Kiki. I used to be in a gang. I got tattoos. Like, I understand street life. I understand hood life, being raised in the hood. Um, and I understand all of that. I understand 360 about everybody's lifestyle on this show. I'm not sitting up here like, oh my God, I don't know what that is. I'm like I'm bougie and I was raised. I mean, I'm bougie now. I live in a gated community and I made good now. But again, I came from very humble beginnings. I am Kiki from the block all day. I tell people, I say on this channel all day, At the core of my being, I'm a hood bitch all day. Like at the core of my being, like it would push come to shove, and motherfuckers came out swinging. I'm gonna come out swinging with them, and my kids gonna see a whole nother side of me. Like my kids, have been to private schools and they live a very charmed, different lifestyle. I'm trying to give them a better life than what I have led, and they live a totally different life that I ever grew up with. My kids grew up in a loving, kind, stable home. Ain't no man in my home. Ain't no fussing and fighting, no arguing. My kids wouldn't even know what that even seemed like. My kids take violin lessons and horse lessons and all that because I wanted to give them a better life. But it took me a lot to get here. It took me a lot to put myself through college to educate my own mind to get out of a hood mentality and a hood mindset because I had that mindset for many years in my life. This is recent, baby. The person you see before you is within the past 10 years. For a long time, even no matter what career education I had, I still had that street mentality and that hood mindset. And it took me a lot of soul searching to get out of that. My late husband, may he rest in peace, he grew up in the hood too. He was white and grew up in the hood. He too had a hood mindset because that's where he was raised. He was raised in the hood. He had two parents at home, but my late husband, he kind of had hood tendencies, because that's just the environment he was raised in. He grew up real, real poor, like poorer than me. He grew up real poor. I tell you, I say that all the time. My late husband grew up eating, chickens in the backyard and shit, like digging up turnips and shit, and they had a garden and chickens in the backyard. I didn't have all that. We had food on the table. My mama cooked every night. I didn't have all that, but he grew up poor, poor. Like, periods of time where his dad wasn't working and all of that. Um, but yeah, so it's not like I don't know what it feels like to be in these situations. It's kind of like, I know what it feels like to have low self-esteem and you want to be loved by somebody so desperately. You know what I'm saying? To come to a kid coming from a broken home who didn't have her parents, I understand the need of feeling like you want to be loved because my parents didn't really love me, and I had a great grandmother that raised me and loved me and cherished me, and that's a sense of belonging and love that I had. But it's always in the background, like your parents. Why ain't they here? Why can't they do better? Why can't they? And so I was determined when I had kids, I'm gonna raise my fucking kids. I'm gonna be here for my kids. I'm gonna do better, be better. My kids are like, Mom, you be tripping. Like Mom, oh Mom, my kids say all the time, Mom, oh my God, like you way too overprotective and you way too much and you too extra. I was like, baby, you better be glad I'm extra. I grew up not extra. I grew up not being paying attention to, and feeling like I was just there sometimes. So, and my grandma, like I said, God rest her soul, she loved me and took care of me and did everything for me. And I always appreciate my grandmother saved my life. I'll tell y'all the story Mother did. My grandmother saved my life. My grandmother took me away from my parents and saved my life. And I will be forever grateful for her that. But at the end of the day, she still was not my parent. Like she still was not my parent. And so, I tell people put your kids first. It will reward you in the long run. I believe that like how you do your parents and your kids will come back to you. I really do believe that. I don't believe in God and fate and all this woo woo stuff, but I do believe that the efforts and the work that you put in with your children will pay back when you get older. When I get older and I'm decrepit and I may be sick and I may be sitting in I'll be damned. I'll be sitting in a motherfucking nursing home somewhere. My kids are like, no, I feel like my kids will be like, I'm taking care of my mother. I love my mother, and I'm not leaving her in a nursing home somewhere. But my kids wouldn't do that. I didn't do that to my mama. My mama came and lived with me. Why? Because even though I could have just did my mama dirty and could have been like, I don't want nothing to do with you. I didn't do that because I didn't have that in me. Because I understood what it felt like to be abandoned. So I wasn't going to abandon my mother, even though she kind of abandoned me. But I can't do that to nobody. I taken stray animals, stray dogs, stray kids. And part of that is because I be feeling so hurt. I like, it's that deep seated hurtness of me wanting to take care of the world. Again, sometimes to my own detriment. But it's that sense of compassion. I think even though my situation growing up in the hood, but it shaped me. I want to thank my parents. I thank them, because If they would have raised me, would I be a different person? Yes. Would I be so compassionate? Probably not, because I can still be a selfish asshole. But my sense of compassion is forged in tragedy, And but then the benefits of that is I love humanity. Like I hate humanity, but I love them at the same time. I mean, y'all, I've been a protester. I work for Amnesty International. Like I care about people, but I care about people because I felt like, well, damn it, I wasn't really cared for. So I don't want nobody else to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Me, like when I get older, I thought about it. Well, do I want to adopt kids? When I was younger, I wanted to adopt so many kids and save children. Like they be like, Keisha out here trying to save the world. I do to my own detriment. I do. And so I come on here and I talk to y'all because hopefully, somebody can listen and be like, oh, I'm like her. That's like me, or I've lived like that, or this is my experience too. Or I didn't know anybody else felt like that because I watch videos and I'll be like, damn, I didn't think anybody else felt like that. Or I didn't think anybody else went through the same shit that I went through. But there are tons of people out there. And so I do these videos because, I don't know. I do these videos because I like to talk and I'm a communications major and I just want to help people. I just want people to understand that like they not alone out here. Because this world can be harsh and cruel and lonely. And I just want people to understand, that you're not alone. And like I said, I'm getting off a tangent, but Taylor, if you're listening, girl, I'm with you. Like, I'm not gonna drag you, girl. I don't have it in me. I can't because it'd be like dragging myself. I can't. I can't. Like I said, I know what it feels like to be cheated on. I was cheated on. My ex cheated on me and it hurt. It like it tore it kind of like clicked something in my brain and my heart. Like it kind of made me more colder. And I still have not recovered from that. Like even though we got back together after that, and I took him back, but it was like a year later, I took him back, and then we ended up staying in a relationship for another 4 years. But it was never the same after that, though. Like I didn't trust him and feel the closeness that I felt to him before that. Like it was always like a sense of like distance. Like I can't really really trust you. But then like I said, I understand to love someone so much that you are willing to believe almost anything and do almost anything because you love this person. And some people just can't understand it, but I do. I understand to love someone, truly, truly love someone with all your heart, especially when you lose the love of your life and you think I'm never going to love again, and then when you meet somebody that you do fall in love, you're so excited that you'll do anything to hold on to this person. Like, and I felt like maybe Taylor had some of that. Like maybe she loved the father of her children who died, and then maybe she felt like maybe she dated a few dudes and it didn't work out, and then finally when you find somebody thinking this person is the one, that you don't want to let go because you're like, I've already lost one person and it failed and it didn't work because they died. So here's another person. I'm gonna do anything to hold on to this person because I can't lose another man. I can't go through this again. Like this is what your mind, the cognitive dissonance is real, y'all. Your mind will have you messed up in here. And so that's what happened with my relationship. I wanted to hold on to my ex so bad because I felt like I've already lost one person and then we've been together for years. And I'm like, I gotta hold on to this because this is like my last chance, my last shot. I'm getting older, I'm not getting any younger. Like, how am I gonna start all over after being with this person? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a lot for me to start all over. And I'm so used to this person and I've been with them for so long. So I might just put up with his bullshit and just stay in it because I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to be lonely. I don't want to start all over again. Like all these things go through your head. Um, and like I said, the dynamic of having someone pass away it warps like your sense of thinking in a relationship. It can. Some people no, but for me I recognize it and moved on. Like, what I'm saying. Like I said, when I broke up with my ex, it's the best thing that ever happened to me. My ex still calls me, still says he loves me and wants to be with me, and he text messages me like last week. But you can't do it. You just the spell with Taylor and Chance, the spell will wear off. Like eventually as time goes on and Taylor is able to reflect, hopefully she'll look back and be like, oh, why didn't I see this? Oh damn, why didn't I see this? You know what? I really shouldn't have put up with this. Why did I? And these are things that I've been able to reflect on since me and my ex aren't together. So hopefully Taylor will do better next time and find somebody not incarcerated. Take time with her babies. Get her life together. And I'm not hating on Taylor for OnlyFans. There are people trying to drag her for the OnlyFans. I ain't dragged nobody for the OF. Make your coin. Make your money. People was dragging. People like, well, Taylor shouldn't have did that. I'm like, why? Like, if she want to get her hustle and her money on, I ain't finna drag Jasmine or the what's the blonde chick that was on Life After Lockup. I'm not finna drag none of these people. They want to do an OF. You do your thing. You make your coin. Like you do your thing. But she need another job besides that. But yeah, I'm not finna sit up here and drag nobody, male, female, black, white, whoever want to be on OF. Go do your thing. I mean, I'm not so uptight. Like, who is dragging people for having who dragging people for that? I maybe because I don't watch enough gossip or recap shows, but I'm not finna drag. I know Jasmine is on there from 90 Day, but I ain't finna get mad at her. For all these people, male and female, and the couples, they a lot of them go up and create an OF. Make your coin. Who cares? Like okay, I mean y'all don't know. I can have an OF account out there. Y'all don't know me like that. I'm like, y'all don't know me. If people want to pay her, hey, do your thing. But that's my recap. The next episode airs tonight. I don't think I'm gonna watch it live because I'm actually babysitting this weekend, and it's MLK weekend, and it's supposed to snow here, and but there's events that I had planned this weekend that apparently I'm gonna have to cancel, so I may have to come back on it because I may be sitting at home bored, snowed in. So I appreciate everybody's been here. Make sure you like, thumbs up, comment below. What do you think? I know Taylor has her haters out there and her detractors and yet her fans. I was supposed to be at work an hour ago. I'm sitting in front of my job, y'all, but I'm just talking. I just, I come in here because I had things on my spirit, like moves me to talk to y'all about certain things. And I see everybody talking about Chance and Taylor and Justine and Michael, and I was like, well, let me get in here and chime on in here. And again, like if you guys are making messages in the chat, I can't see the live chat on my phone. I don't know, it's weird. But watch my other videos, catch my other videos, subscribe. Like I said, I'll be back with the next episode, or I may be back with something different. I'm definitely going to do an ex Jehovah's Witness video recapping the changes in 2023. So I know I got some subscribers that are ex-JW people, and they're like, where are your JW videos? And I'm just like, I'm coming. So we're going to recap what happened, the changes and the things and the beards and the violence at the Kingdom Halls. And so we're going to come and talk about it. I'm going to do one video where I can just talk about it all, about everything that happened last year in Jehovah's, in Watchtower Bible Track and Watchtower Bible and Track Society land. If some of y'all subscribe to this channel because I was an ex-JW, that's what brought some of y'all to the yard. So, so I apologize for not doing a video in a long time, but I love y'all. Y'all stay safe. Happy Friday to everybody. I hope you guys are having a new year. I hope this year is better for all of us. Me, you, everybody. And for all the people coming here and watched and coming here and said hi and coming here and smashed on that like, I really do appreciate you listening to me. God knows, God knows my kids don't want to. They're like, Mom, who wants to listen to you on the internet? I was like, you know what? Several people do, at least 10. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. So, we'll see how that go. Like I said, I was derailed because my mom passed away last year. And so I was off my channel for about 5 months. But I'm slowly but surely trying to gain the momentum that I had before, because I was on the road for a minute there. I had 10,000 views on my live watches. And so it's back down. So I just have to, keep at it and build it up. And like I said, I just do this for fun, y'all. I'm not trying to get paid, but it'd be nice to have 1,000 subscribers so my channel will be monetized. So I get a little coin. I won't get much. Get a couple dollars so I get a cup of coffee here and there. Give a bitch a cup of coffee. So I'm trying to get up there. I'm almost, I think I'm to 873 or some shit. So I'm almost to 900. So, but then I'm coming doing some more dating videos too. So I'm doing a little bit of it all because my channel has no fucking focus. But anyway, so y'all have a good day. Bye.